Dodo So So La La So is a 2020 South Korean drama where a pianist's entire life changes for the worst in a matter of days. But she meets a mysterious man who helps her get back on her feet. It was directed by Kim Min Kyung and written by Oh Ji Kyung. Welcome back to another episode of K-Breakdown. I have decided to change the structure of this series a bit. We will now have a section for reading reviews, and I have scrapped the whole rating thing at the end. With all that said, my name is Sua, and today we will be reviewing Dodo So So La La So. This drama was a pain to finish. From about episodes 5 to 14, I had a really hard time convincing myself to watch it, but I did it, and oh gosh. No, the writing in this drama is terrible, to the point where it makes me angry. Consistent pacing is important in a story because without it, the story will feel uneven and disjointed. This is where this drama stuffed up. From episodes 5 to 14, everything was dragged out and really slow paced. If those 9 hours were maybe cut in half, that would have probably solved this problem. It feels as if they were just filling time for the sake of having 16 episodes. Around 5 episodes into the drama, it felt as if the writer was told, "You have 16 episodes to fill up now, so you must space everything out from now on so we can make that time." So they did that, and they had a grand old time writing out the rest of the script slowly. But once they got up to episode 15, they realized they forgot to add June's illness thing in. So instead of going back and changing the script, they decided to jam all of that plot into the last 3 episodes and use it to roughly conclude the story. So then we are left with this drama that is decent at the start. Then the plot slows down for a painful amount of time until we are met with a loose, rushed end. To me, that is the worst thing about this drama and the main reason why I wouldn't recommend it to your average person. But there is one person who I would actually recommend this to, which would be all piano players. The whole piano theme in this drama and Rara's connection to the piano is one thing that is done really well. If you're like me and are a piano player, this drama will tug at your music-loving heartstrings a bit. Despite the pacing, the soul, emotion, and music is still there. I wish that it had its time to shine with a better script. From off the top of my head, that is all I can really say, so now let's get into reading other people's reviews and seeing where they stand. All these reviews were found on Google. I picked the best review from each star rating, so we should hopefully have a wide variety of opinions. What a bright breath of fresh air Dodo So So La La So is, and it couldn't have come to us at a better time. Whether you're weighed down by the current political climate, the ongoing stress of living in a pandemic, or desperately searching for your sad lamp before the darkness of fall envelops you, this show is your tonic. For a couple of hours each week, you can forget about your worries and bask in the warmth of La La Land and the wonderful characters that reside there. It boasts a phenomenal cast headed up by Go Rara and Lee Jae-wook, who is proving that he's not only a talented and versatile actor, but he exudes leading main charisma. It's a joy to watch him grow as an actor and shine brightly in this wonderful new show. I agree that this drama definitely did wonders for Lee Jae-wook. I loved his work on Extraordinary You, but I would almost say that he played June even better than he did Baekhyun, as June does seem to have more complex layers that I assume would be harder to pull off than a boring, pissed Baekhyun. Personally, dramas are almost therapeutic for me. They are an exciting world I can escape to when life is not so exciting. So the first part of this review definitely put a smile on my face. I loved it all the way up until the final episode. I loved the chemistry with Rara and June, however, I cried very hard when I realised he had died. But then in the last bit of the final episode, he comes back, which is great. However, was Rara daydreaming, or did he really come back after 5 years? Because at the end it shows her looking at the sky all by herself. Is she just thinking this, or what does that mean? It would have been a 100% 5-star rating if there wouldn't have been confusion in the last bit of the final episode. It did not show him reuniting with his friends. It looks like it was all in her mind, just wishing. Otherwise, it would have been a 5-star rating. Okay, here's where I stand with this. I do not think that Rara was dreaming, because if you recall, they had a conversation where Rara said June was mean for not contacting her, and he explained that he is now fully recovered. But Rara asked if he was a ghost, and he replied with a kiss to convince her that he was alive. Would the writer write that when he was actually not alive and Rara was imagining things? No, I don't think they would have. That's too much of a real conversation. There was nothing that really implied that she was dreaming or that it was her imagination, so no, I do not think it was a dream. This K-drama was so charming. The theme of the piano playing was novel and so inspiring. It makes all us casual piano players head back to the keyboard once again. The individual characters were so memorable. The fun hair salon owner and her daughter, the daughter's boyfriend, the doctor, even the smaller parts, like the investigator, the darling little boy genius, the old man and his stories, and of course, Rara and June. What happened to the story leaves the viewer wondering what happened. It was a beautiful story, as others have pointed out, until episodes 13 to 16. Does it really take 5 years to recover from leukemia? And why didn't June or someone else inform Rara that June was still alive? The thing that made it worse was leading the viewer to believe that Rara had a child at the beginning of the final episode, then Dr. Cha agreeing to remarry his ex-wife, who teased at wanting him back for over 6 years during the timeline of the show. These details are what ruined a truly great show in the last 3 episodes. I think that the most memorable characters for me were the Divorce Club. My gosh, I love those characters from the bottom of my heart. They were hilarious. These details at the end didn't bother me all that much, except I have one issue with Dr. Char's ex-wife. Did she really chase after him for 6 years? Like, I get maybe a year, but 6? If you cared that much about your ex, maybe you should have treated him better when you were married to him. It astonishes me that she had held on for that long. First of all, what a terrible name for the drama. Can never remember how many does or so's there are. The 2 stars are for the stunning male lead, Lee Jae-wook and their 2 school friends. Their interactions were very good. The script let them down though. I struggle with a female character that is so hopeless, dependent, and crying all the time. The fact that the male lead was a high school student was odd. This teenager continuously lied every step of the way. But the death lie was really OTT. Is it supposed to say it? I don't know. Who in the world lies and comes back after 5 years and is welcomed with open arms? Watch for time pass, but don't expect a masterpiece. First of all, if you can't remember how many does or so's there are, they say it multiple times in the show. I would assume you'd pick it up eventually. Second, I think that people should cut Rara some slack. Her life changed so drastically in a matter of days. Wouldn't you also be stressed and overwhelmed? And I've been putting this off, but I'm now finally going to talk about the fake death. Which is a mess, I know. There's only one way to explain it other than boiling it down to June and his parents being jerks. And that is, his mum didn't necessarily say that June was dead. From what I gathered, it sounded more like he was unconscious or in a really bad state. Although through Rara's reaction, June's mum's face, and how she didn't specifically say what happened, really heavily implies that June had died. But once again, she didn't state that. June's mum could have also expected June to die, so she could have been preparing everything, which could explain why she didn't exactly say what June's current position was, because it could have likely changed for the worst. So Rara was led to believe from that conversation that he was dead, so she told everyone else that. But then, due to some miracle, June survived, and 5 years later, he could come back. And that's it. I know that it's a stretch, but it is honestly the only way I can write that off. Even then, the drama deserves all the criticism for not making it clear enough, to the point where viewers are forced to speculate on how the drama really ended. At first, the story was great. I watched the whole series in just 2 days. Reaching the end, the storyline started to get darker and sad. which wasn't bad. What was horrible was the ending. Total fake out death. They make you invest your feelings, then play around with them. This K-drama was a complete disappointment. It's been a few days since I finished it, and I am still very upset with how they toyed with my emotions and devotion to the show. Wish that there was a way to make them pay for how they did their viewers wrong. I know that a lot of people watching this drama, either like one of our channel members Jay, stopped watching within the first couple of episodes due to disinterest, or, like me, continued watching despite the pacing issues, but found it hard to connect with the characters because of these issues. But some people somehow got really emotionally invested into the drama, which, I feel really bad for those people. It's never good to be emotionally attached to a drama that has poor writing, because you're bound to be left really disappointed. I feel bad for these people. Anyways, in conclusion, this drama was a letdown. It had good ideas that could have really spoken and touched audiences if the writing was better. I would not recommend this drama to anyone, unless you are a musician who has 16 hours to spare on a drama that has soul but no body. With all that said, we have made it to the end of this video. If you would like to support us here at the Bias channel, then please consider subscribing and liking this video. Or you could even join our Discord server, where there are discussion channels focused on K-pop, J-pop, K-drama, and anime. There are also a variety of games for you to test your knowledge on your favorite themes. You are guaranteed a good time. If you enjoyed this video, then you can look forward to our future K-breakdown episodes, or tune in to our variety of podcasts, reviews, discussions, live streams, analysis, and comedy series right here on YouTube. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
I'm gonna go, guys. Bye. Good night.